Thanks so much for tuning in to the Pickaside Podcast. This week is dedicated to Women's Financial Literacy Week. We're going to be talking about credit, real estate, insurance, multi-level marketing, and so much more. So make sure you get your pen and your pad and get ready to write so many notes down. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is James Finley, your host for the Pickaside Podcast. Hope everybody is doing well at the Pickaside Nation. Funny thing happened this week as we were in the midst of doing our shows for our first virtual Women's Financial Literacy Week. So on Facebook, someone made a little comment to one of the shows I was promoting, and she basically said, "What's up with FOREX? Why isn't nobody talking about it?" So got in contact with this young lady, and we exchanged numbers and talked about it. And I had to do a little bit of educating myself on it. Felt it was a good idea to bring her into the lab to discuss it. So we had a free day. So we are here right now to talk about FOREX and what all it means, and what it does, and how successful DeAnna DuPree is. So before I introduce you to this lovely lady, she has a nickname. She goes by the nickname of Goddess. She's going to have to live up to that nickname on the Pickaside Podcast. And I'm quite sure she's going to do just fine because she's a social butterfly. She's not afraid of the camera. She's not afraid of bright lights, as you guys can see. So she's ready to go. So, DeAnna, how are you doing today?
I am well. Thank you so much. This is nothing but a blessing. I'm so happy I didn't have any fear around socially networking and that we connected. And
cool.
We're here to expand and grow and expose the truth to get us to the other side of success.
And as you know, in our community of color, we do not have a lot of people that is into this.
Yeah.
A lot of our people think that, only certain other groups of folks can do this. Mm-hmm. However, I was very happy that you decided to want to be a part of this because everything that we do is tried to educate our people on how to have different streams of income coming in. So, as you, let's get into your little bio. So let me tell you all what she is. She's life. Let me see if I can remember. Life transformer, girl boss, inspirational speaker, stylist, investor, empowerment coach. Did I get all of them? Now, that's a whole lot of hats to be wearing for just one person. So tell me.
I wear them all every day.
All right. So out of all of those, what would you consider your passion?
They're all my passion because they're all helping people.
There you go. See there. Look at you. You. Just out here, just helping the whole world. I heard that.
That's what we're here to do. We're not here for us. We're here to do God's work, right? So I had to tap in and find out what I'm meant to do in this world. And it wasn't as easy as helping people. It was find what you love to do and then help others, get to their purpose and passion. And I found it through fashion. I found it through motivational speaking. I found it through FOREX trading. That so many people have different needs. And I'm just blessed that God has helped me to almost master all of mine so that I can help people, get in where they fit in.
So, speaking of passion, during this pandemic, I had to find my passion. Mm-hmm. And I found my passion. Mm-hmm. And
beautiful.
It's like when you find your passion, you feel so good about it. Yeah. It's like your whole world really changes, especially when you can do it on your terms.
That's right.
And it is nothing in the world like doing stuff on your terms. Mm-hmm. So let's just hit that just for a little bit. So why don't you tell the audience how it is for you being a young Black entrepreneur and how that is just to be able to wake up every single day and do stuff on your terms?
If I can say orgasmic.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. I knew I was unemployable after maybe like my 5th job. I was like, this ain't it. No, I have way too much. I know I'm way too brilliant. And I was just too hard-headed and too stubborn, right? And I had my own way of thinking. And I knew for sure I had to figure it out on my own. Like, you cannot be like an employee. You need to figure this out for yourself. And so, of course, trial and error, lots of, blood, sweat, and tears, mentoring, coaches, all of that got me to figure out, the things I was meant here to do. And one thing I want to address, we don't just have one passion or one purpose is to help others, but that may come through several avenues, right? So I don't want anyone to think that you have to stay in one lane and only do this one thing. Like, you're not going to only do podcasting, right? You have other things that is still going to help someone else and help empower, encourage, and enrich them. But it may come through a car wash service. You just never know. So just be open to however God's going to use you. We are multifaceted people.
Yeah.
So it's really important that people recognize that.
Right. And I seem to get, my biggest passion is to, when someone like this past week, I've gotten several emails, text messages, inbox saying, hey man, you really did help me with this. You really did help me with that. Yeah. I get more gratification with that.
Me too.
Knowing that, hey, whatever direction somebody was going, if it was the wrong direction, if they was making a wrong turn down the street or something like that, to be able to redirect somebody and put them on the right path, that seems to be so much gratifying. We all do things and we want the money to be able to be there so we can enjoy and have the necessities of life and be able to enjoy some of the pleasures of life. But it's just something about being able to empower somebody with the knowledge that you have to be able to, to help them along the way. So, with all that being said, and like I said, once again, just so thankful for you being on this show. So you're in the FOREX and you've been doing it for how long?
About 6 months.
So this is somebody who came onto it's on the show now, where it hasn't taken her a very long time to get her feet wet. And I'm so glad that I'm able to talk to you about someone that hasn't been in it, that has been in it just for a short while. Yeah. So explain to the audience right now, what is the FOREX trade and how does it work?
Okay, so FOREX is short for foreign exchange. If you have ever left the country anytime and exchanged your dollar for that country's currency, that is foreign exchange, period. Right. So now we're able to do it on a digital platform. We don't have to go to Mexico to exchange the peso, right? Because if if I go over to Mexico, my dollar's gonna stretch more. I'll have 100 to 300, right? And that happens because of the exchange rate. So the FOREX market, you're really trading the exchange rate. You're trading the interest rates, and the banks are the ones who created the foreign. Every country has its own currency, and every country has their money. What's what I'm looking for? In a bank to where they have to use it for global exchange. So when they're exchanging it, creating interest rates and all that, we have an app that shows us how this money is fluctuating, going up and down in the market. And we're able to tap in through an app, literally, and exchange the US dollar for the Japanese yen or the Canadian dollar for the euro. And it's not physically the actual currency that you're going to touch. It's just you're in the process while that money is being exchanged or the rates are going up and down. You're grabbing that money, or you're forecasting it will appreciate or it will depreciate, and that's how we profit.
So when you first was introduced to it, and when you got the hang of it, what was that like for you? When did the light bulb come on? When you was like, okay.
It was probably, I had several light bulbs. So it looks like Chinese, honestly. it's this chart and they're trying to teach you. It's like, I do fast shit, right?
Right.
What I can appreciate about the academy where I'm learning is they have an earn while you learn system. So master traders were giving me their trades while I was learning. So I was making money. So my very first trade, I made $16. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I wanted to see some kind of profit to believe it was real. So from $16, that was like life changing. Like, okay, I got to really learn this thing. Cause I just made 16 bucks. Right. And it just never stopped from there. I just kept, diving into the training classes, into the market, learning the economic system, because now I'm checking into Bloomberg every morning. I'm seeing what's happening in the world before I start trading. I was never this person before. I was like, where's the biggest mall for me to go shop for my clients? And now it's just, since quarantine, it allowed me the opportunity to sit down and learn a new skill.
So basically you're tapping into the Bloomberg channel every day.
Morning. Yep.
What about Wall Street Journal? You checking that out too?
All of it. I mean, my mom is like, I cannot believe this is who you are. You know what I mean? I'm rolling out the bed at 5:30, like, let's see what's happening in the world before I start trading. And it's just like, how did this happen?
So why is this particular side of the financial industry one that you feel that our Black community does not really tap into?
It sounds too good to be true. And it has been hidden from us for thousands of years. When we think about, people think it's stocks, and you think about the stock exchange, think about Wall Street, and it's something that you don't see many people of color in. And so anything that has to do with the world of trading, currencies, stocks, options, we automatically assume we don't have enough money. We're not smart enough. It's a white man's thing, right? That's like our top 3 responses that everybody says, right? And I have to get past all of those barriers. And like, look how easy this actually is. Yes, it was always the white man's thing, but this is a global thing. They've been trading rice for cows and pens and paper for milk for the beginning of mankind. And now we're just trading currency, but it's been a part of our life, since the 1600s, but we didn't start seeing us until about 5 years ago.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
So for the person where this is like, have no knowledge of this.
Yeah.
And I do realize that that's going to be for a whole lot of people, because, this was not something, and pretty much all week we've been going kind of over this with credit, with insurance, this and that. A lot of things that was going on this particular week on the shows, we as Black people, we were not set down. And this was not taught to us.
Agreed.
This was not taught, especially this. This was not taught to us in high school, middle school at all. Now, you let's flip this on the other side of it. White families, they've been taught this ever since elementary school. They were taught, kids going in there, hey, Dad, what you doing? Hey, I'm looking at, the stock market.
I'm trading the market. Yeah. And they're 16-year-olds with Lamborghinis, and you're trying to figure out what the hell happened. And it's truly because they had been trading since they were 12. Right. And they grew their accounts to $100,000. And, Dad funded the account, and said, hey, figure out how you're going to flip this. This is how you're going to live. And that's not a part of our culture. Honestly, we are trained to work hard, go to school, hopefully you get a good job. And even if it's in finances, it's like, okay, well, go be an accountant, right? But it's never anything like this, where it's like, learn an Ivy League skill that this course will cost you $100,000 at Harvard. If you look at how much a FOREX trader, a banker, how much they're paid, it's well over $300,000 a year, because they're moving money on behalf of the bank. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, it's very much a thing that they don't want us a part of, because how we do. We excel in all things. Right. So they don't want us to have access to this. But let me tell you, I'm here to get everybody educated today, and we will get everybody informed on how to start to trade in the foreign exchange market.
Okay. So starting off, so let's say, I come to you, and I hear about what you're doing, and
Mm-hmm.
I say to you, I'm like, hey, DeAnna, listen, what I need to do to get started. So
Mm-hmm.
let's start with there, right there.
Okay. So the first thing that I did, I enrolled into the largest number one Forex educational platform in the world, which is called IML Academy. And they have hired millionaire traders from all over the world. There's about 200 educators and round the clock training, no matter what time. So I became a student of IML Academy. And that person will have to get enrolled into the academy, get a student portal, and I start training them. Give them an actual access to all the trainers, and open up a demo account. That's so very important. It's an account for you to practice. From the master traders, they're going to give you trades all day long. I highly recommend to practice first before you start playing your real account, because you will blow your money so fast and be like, I'm lost. I have $0 left. So I
Right.
will teach you how to utilize a demo account and download a couple of apps that we actually trade on, and teach you how to read the market, tap into Bloomberg, things like that, Forex Factory. Just get you educated. It takes about 3 weeks to just get the basics down.
Yeah.
If you're committed, if you only have an hour a day, it may take us a month. But if you have a couple of hours a day, then I would say, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, let's start like training you. And once you have your portal, we can play in the binary options. We can play with cryptocurrency. We can play in the foreign exchange market. All that we have access to through the Academy student portal. So there's a bunch of different ways you can make money all at one time.
Now, one of the things that happens in the Black community,
Mm-hmm.
we've been brought up and raised, graduate from high school. If you go to college, cool. But if you don't go to college, learn you a trade,
Yep.
be a
Yep.
mechanic, try to get your
Mm-hmm.
job at the post office, things that you can just have for the rest of you, where you can just work for the rest of your life until you
Right.
retire and get good benefits. Now, one thing that I know for a fact is that Black folks want everything microwavable, meaning
Yes.
they want it instant.
Yes.
So, what do you have to say about doing this? Because everyone's probably like, well, when am I going to start making my money?
Yeah.
So let's talk
Yeah.
about that for a second.
We want you to make money within your first 3 days. Okay. So as soon as you get your demo account, I want you to open up a live account as well. Now, remember, it's to earn while you learn. So remember, we're getting the trades from the master trader. So you will have access to trades immediately.
Wow.
So I'm going to show you how to enter a trade. You decide, hey, I want to put this in my real account or your demo account. But we're going to make sure you get some money within your first three days, period. No matter
Right.
what day you enter, the market's open Sunday through Friday. So anytime between those you sign up, you actually get in the market with us and trade. And your first 2 days, you make something. You won't just have to wait until you absolutely get it. You give us an hour or two a day, I promise you, your first 3 days, it's in the bag.
What's the excitement level for you when you wake up every single day with this?
I wake up and I just say I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, that I'm literally empowering, enriching 1 million lives globally. I say that, but I'm in disbelief that I wake up, roll over and grab my phone and be like, oh, I just made $300. Okay, cool. And put it back down. You know what I mean? It's just like, is this real? And then I have my whole day to be like, okay, so what am I going to do now? I just made all my rent. I just made all my bills. Let me go figure out what to do.
And this is what I need our people to understand. You do not have to keep working so hard.
No.
We work so hard and get so very little.
It's a lie. It's all a lie. Literally, we are on this planet for lavish abundance. Those are the heavenly riches that God talks about. Now he does say if a man don't work, he don't eat, but it's
That's
how
right.
you work. Work smart.
Yep.
Use this and not this. We've been programmed to use our hands. If we don't use our
Right.
hands, we're not gonna make it. No,
Right.
use this, right? We are brilliant beings. Let me teach you a lifelong Ivy League skill that you can teach your children, your mama, your nephews, right? And y'all get to this money because it's right here in your phone.
And so something we've been talking about all week, and I would take it that it applies here as well, is generational wealth.
Yes.
Because this is something that can be passed down,
100%.
to your
100%.
kids, your grandkids, their
Yes.
grandkids, and so on and so on. And that is something that our community lacks, is that
Yes.
we just don't, we don't have that. We have not really
Yeah.
been taught that. What we have been taught is that if Big Mama has a house and she leaves you the house, you have the house.
Right.
But in most times, what we do with that, we'll turn around and we'll sell that house.
Yeah.
And we'll get the money from the house,
Right.
and we be done spent all of it, and then
Yeah.
it's gone.
You know,
So we haven't taken the time to learn how to invest. And
right.
and I'm so happy that it does my heart good when I see young Black entrepreneurial, especially females, that's grinding and just doing it.
Yeah.
Because listen, I will always say, females, always have an upper hand because you guys are fast thinkers
Yeah.
and fast learners.
Yeah.
Some
Absolutely.
people agree with that, some people don't. But
I totally agree with that.
I agree with that. But so how much would it cost to get started to do this?
I would say your minimum investment will be $300. We would enroll you for $235 and spend the rest of that in your trading account.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
That's simple. So you take that $60 or so and trade it and trade your way and build your account. I teach you how to compound every trade so that you go from 100 to 110 to 130. Then all of a sudden you look up, it's 21 days later, you have $5,000 in your account,
Right.
So you don't need a whole lot. There was a time where you needed $100,000 in liquid cash and $3 million in assets to trade Forex. And now you need your $50. You know what I mean? Thank God for
and as I was looking today, and I was like, the total assets is 10.9 billion.
Yeah.
And the total customer equity is 3.9 billion. Available cash and liquidity is 832 million. I was like, my God. This is a whole lot of money to be to be playing around with. So I was like, that sounds really
let
good.
Let me give you a perspective. The New York Stock Exchange moves about $27 billion a day.
Okay.
The Forex market moves $7.7 trillion a day. Okay. Just to give you, you think the stocks is doing, no, ma'am. It's the foreign currency that's really moving the world, because again, every country has its own currency. So every country is involved in the foreign exchange market, period. Then you throw on us retail traders. Then you throw on the people who are actually traveling, exchanging the money, 7.7 trillion. Much larger than the New York Stock Exchange, much larger than stocks. It's way bigger than, you make money with stocks if the company does well. You make money with Forex. No matter how that currency is doing, you making money. We're going to ride that wave down. We're going to ride it up, one or the other. That's the two ways the market goes, up or down.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a question. So I'm from the hood. So I'm just saying I'm from the hood. So, you trying to teach all this to me. And then I come back with the question. All right, girl, I'm going to give you $300. And so how soon is going to be before I start, when I'm going to get my money back off that $300?
So the first 3 days, you're going to make some type of return, depending on how much you're going to be risking. Risk versus reward. Right. So if you're risking this much, your reward will be about that much, of course. So it's really about how much you're risking. It's about how much time you're putting in. If you're really going to just, call me 2 weeks later and say, I'm in the money yet, and that you're not educating yourself, you're not tapped in, you're not, involved in the trainings, then how can I, help you get back your money in that first 15 days if you're not present, So I do need people to invest not only their money but their time. Give me a couple hours a day so I can teach you what I got to teach so you can get this money, you know.
Right.
And what happens is the energy of abundance takes over your life. The energy of prosperity, it takes you over, because once you tap in and you are talking to a Bob Proctor, talking to a millionaire, talking to you, teaching you, you're like, this is crazy. This man is a billionaire teaching me how to trade, you know, and you'll find yourself like feeling those blessings. Like, I could be at work right now, but I'm literally talking to a billionaire about a trade, you know, and the energy of it all takes you over, and you begin to find yourself tapped in way more and just addicted to the idea of trading and making the money, because it literally is something you can say, James, trade this a dollar right now, trade it right now, tap in, give it an hour, watch it return. Like, I can call you and say that, you know, because we're tapped into the system, right? It's like the Matrix. I promise you. Once you get in, it's like you can't get out, because you see the money moving in your face. It's like, oh my God, it's moving so fast, but you have access to all of it. So I would just say, give me 30 days. You will make a return in 30 days. You will probably more than likely make your money back and some within the first 30 days. Everybody does, because it's like the money's right there. If you follow the blueprint, trade how we trade, you're gonna make it right back, and you're probably gonna double it. Honestly, I haven't seen anybody not make their money back. Now, I will say, people, there is greed. They start seeing this money coming in, they start over leveraging, risking it all. The market changes, right? And you're like, right? And it's like, I told you to trade with 10%, make it 10% and get out of the trade. What happened? Well, I was winning and okay, you didn't want to get out of the trade because you was winning. Right. Now it's all gone. Right. So that will happen. And when that happens, it's like, who you gonna blame? Because we were teaching you not to do that. You know, so you will have to have discipline, patience, and, you know, not be greedy.
All right. So this is my next question. So let's talk about the risk. So what's the risk factor? So what would be the risk factor in getting involved in this? Or do you think
I don't think there's much risk. You know, I think the Academy has done such a great job of hiring, you know, brilliant minds to read the market, how we just can't read it. The biggest risk is just taking the leap of faith, saying yes to the original signing up. Like, I'm just take this chance. But I believe that once you get in, you know, once you learn how to read the charts and learn the market, you say, okay, so you decide, I'm going to risk $5. I'm gonna risk $50. I'm gonna risk $500. The risk is really up to you. You really risk as small as $5, literally. So put a baby toe in, see if you get a return back. You know what I mean? Then put in 2 toes. That's how I did. I was really like tight fist, like, oh, I'm gonna trade with $9, you know. But I traded real small because I didn't have the wherewithal to understand small risk, small reward, higher risk, higher reward. And so, you know, once I got my account to be a little bit chunkier, I was able to place, I won't call it bets, but place larger trades where they kind of have a greater return, you know, 200% return as soon as you enter the market, things like that. So,
man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we want to we don't want to put too many nuggets out there, because this has been like a good appetizer for everyone, because see, everyone is probably like, oh God, I got to figure out how to do that.
They have to.
So this is what I want you to do. So in closing, what I want you to do is tell the audience on why they need to go ahead and get themselves involved with this.
My first question is, why not? Why not? What I can appreciate is that we have a 7-day money back guarantee. So if you ain't made money in 6 days, you say, DeAnna, I'm not feeling it, I want to walk away, you get your money back. So that's like the first thing. There is a risk-free entry, right? Secondly, if you could learn a skill that will free your people and build our communities, and your investment is $300, would you not? And have access to millions of dollars? Truly, would you not? You know what I mean? And thirdly, I would say, read Ecclesiastes. I think Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1, and he talks
Watch
about
out now. All right.
sending out money across the seas and watch your returns come back. That's
Okay.
truly what foreign currency, foreign trading is, right? So if I got Bible readers, that's what got me to say yes. Okay. People, God is into foreign currency. He wants us to work while he's gone, do his work while he's away. And this is his work, because this is how we're going to free our people, empower the world. Call your neighbor. If you know somebody who just barely making it, we all do. Somebody who's working 2 or 3 jobs, single mothers, everybody, no matter your age, can learn this trade. This is an Ivy League skill. It's something that they have been hiding from us for too long. Take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
Allow your people. Everybody in my group is us, right? All women, and we are training and trading and praying every single day over each other, over our trades, over who's next, who's coming in next, because this is bigger than us. It's about enriching the lives of people globally. So I would just say, no more analysis paralysis. Just take the leap of faith. Get in. Give me 7 days. Just give me 7 days. Give me
Wait a
6
minute.
days.
Hold on. Let me back the truck up a little bit. Did you just say that it was all females?
And my group is called Rich and Refined.
And ain't no but females in your group?
In my group, yes. Well, my boyfriend came in once, and he's the only guy. But my mission in life is to empower women. And so I really have been focusing on women entrepreneurs, single mothers. That's who I talk to about Forex, because I'm like, hey, no more of the county calling baby daddy, fighting these people over your job. We're done with that. We're going to put our energy into this app, make this money, right? Be with your kids, you know what I mean? And have some freedom. So most of my
more wick,
team, it's all women. All women, and we're doing the damn thing.
That's great. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's listen now. Another thing about you, you know, when you call DeAnna up on her phone, you know, which she hardly ever answers the phone. So I just want to let you guys know that.
Hey, but I got a team to support.
On her answer machine, she, you know, she's a social butterfly.
My team.
So let everybody know. So let everybody know what's your social media platforms.
The best platform to find me is Instagram. That's where you can actually look at all my imagery, tap into my team. You know, we have videos. Everything is there about me, about trading, about fashion, about family, about faith. It's all there. It's at DeAnna DuPree, my full name, all lowercase DeAnna DuPree. Or you can send me an email. ITS DeAnna DuPree. It's DeAnna DuPree at gmail.com. And call my phone. I will call you back. I may not answer, but I will call you back.
She's good with that. She'll definitely do that.
I will call you back.
So listen, this is what I'm going to do. So
okay.
Yep. So I'm going to for you guys out there that's watching the podcast and didn't catch that, I'm going to have all of her information on my website this evening at www.pickaside.org. So I'll have that available for everyone that is interested. And, you know, I'm thinking about putting my toe into it and seeing what's what.
Yeah, I would say this: let Forex fund your life. It doesn't have to be your only thing, but let it fund your life. Let it be your dream investor.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? You can still live your dream and do what you want to do. Open up your store, do real estate, do everything else, but let Forex fund it. Okay, give it some time so it can pay you back how you want.
That is fantastic. Yeah. Listen, I could not think of a better way to close out the first annual.
It's Forex Friday.
Yeah, Forex how about that? Look at that. Yeah, so I couldn't think of a better way to close out the first annual virtual financial literacy week with DeAnna DuPree. And so what we're going to do is make sure that we can get people educated in this. And I think this is a great opportunity that we have before us right now to do that. So listen, I want to thank you so much for coming into the lab. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. And I am so glad that God put it on my heart to say, hey, you need to reach out to her because, you know, this could possibly be a game changer for everybody. Because
Yes.
the only way that we know stuff is when we find out about it. And
Mm-hmm.
so we need more people like you that's out there on the battlefield, teaching and educating people on how to live life in a much better and
Yes.
easier way.
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
that life has to be all about work to the bone and then,
No.
you don't work so hard, you can't enjoy life. God told us that we were supposed to be the head and not the tail. And so I don't think we're supposed to be
Enjoy the
lagging
fruits of our
behind
labor now.
and nothing.
Right.
That's right. That's
Right.
right. So listen, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
close the show with this. What I always say on the end of my show: keep God first place in your life, and you better believe He will take you places that you never dreamed of. Thank you so very
Amen.
much, DeAnna, for being on the show, and we will catch you on the other
Thank
side. Take care.
you. Bye, y'all.
All right.